Hey everybody, Scott Pierce here at Listings to Leads, and today I'm going to talk about how to generate seller leads in a better way using custom audiences on Facebook and Instagram. So in this call, we're going to talk about how to put your ads that are going for seller leads in front of homeowners in your area that fit a criteria that will help you generate better quality seller leads more often. How to keep your ads for seller leads again in front of your database of seller leads, but even buyer leads, your contacts, your sphere of influence. All of these people may be thinking about selling at some point. Want to make sure that we stay in front of them. And it will allow us to stop wasting money on low quality seller leads. So it's going to help us again generate better quality seller leads. So we're going to be able to use custom audiences for all the different seller ads in listings to leads, which include your pending listings, your just sold listings, those PDF guides for the homeowners, right? We got 40 plus PDF guides for homeowners. So tons there. Your home value estimate offers, so your free home value where people can get that every month. The 100-point property marketing plan ads that we got that are amazing. Your iBuyer cash offer, your client reviews, expired listing review offer, and even custom ads that you may do as well. So now there's two custom audiences that I want you to be thinking about. And one is your database. So I don't care if it's KV Core, Constant Contact, Gmail. We want to get all of your contacts into one CSV file. Now, if you got a ton of contacts, you could split it up into a seller audience, buyer audience, and then an all. If you don't have that many leads, do not worry about it. It's totally fine, because I always figure someone that is a seller lead is probably going to buy a property as well. And a buyer lead at some point is going to sell a property. And I really want all of them to see my entire book of business, my ads, my posts, my videos, right? I want everyone to see everything as much as possible. That'll be either one or three audiences, again, depending on how many leads you have. Now, keep in mind, and I will talk about this a little bit later, you need a minimum of 1,000 people in a custom audience to be able to then use it on Facebook. The second audience that I want you to be thinking about is an audience of all the local homeowners in your area. And you can use a service like My Plus Leads, Remine, RedX. There's a lot of different services out there where you can get a list of all the homeowners in the area. And again, like I was mentioning earlier, a lot of these services now have a likely to move function or feature. So you can say 5+ years home ownership, $300,000 or more home value, different things like that, so that you're going to get a really good list. Now, a couple of things. As I mentioned, this audience has to be 1,000 people or more. And when you upload this into Facebook to create that custom audience, what Facebook is going to do is they're going to take that list that you've got from Remine or from My Plus Leads and even your database, and then they're going to match it to profiles in Facebook. So not all of them are going to be there. And it's really the more the merrier. Try to get a list of about 2,000 minimum. And if you can get a list, if you can pull a list of 5,000, that would even be better, or 10,000 of homeowners in the area. So again, this is a minimum, not a maximum. You're going to want to make sure that you skip trace both the list that you're going to buy from the service like My Plus Leads, Remine, or RedX. If you can skip trace your database as well, you're going to want to do that. And what that's going to do, get us more phone numbers, more email addresses, go against the DNC. We want to make sure that we're not going to be calling people on the DNC. So skip tracing is going to allow us to help us out in that area a lot. Another thing to keep in mind is once you upload your audience into listings to leads, we will send that to Facebook. Facebook will create the audience, and that can take 2 to 4 days. So this is not something where you're going to be able to get the list, upload it, and use it right away. Again, average 2 to 4 days for that audience to get created in Facebook. Now, keep in mind, this is such an investment. This is really an investment because not only can you do custom ads with listings to leads, I'm going to walk through some other ways to leverage this list, because with this list, you can literally cut your time to success in half using the tools and listings to leads. So some of the other ways of using that list that you're going to buy from Remind, from My Plus Leads, from RedX, is you can upload that list into your CRM, and the e-flyers that all these ads have. So pretty much all the seller ads have an e-flyer that you should be sending to your database. So that's going to help you get some more great seller leads as well. You can also then mail, because now you got these people in your database. You can either door knock, door drop, or mail the nearby homeowner letter or the postcard or the door hanger. Again, all of these ads have print marketing material so that we can make sure that the homeowner is going to see us all over the place. And then we got the calling scripts. And so again, that's why you want to skip trace, because I want these people, and you're going to see, let's come down here real quick. I want them to see my ads, my videos. I want them to get the e-flyers. I want them to get either a letter, a postcard, or a door hanger. I want to make sure I am calling them. So do you see how it's not about just doing an ad? It's about really leveraging all of these tools, because you never know what's going to motivate them to click, to scan the QR code on the flyer, for example, on the print flyer, for example, or click the e-flyer, or see all these things. And then all of a sudden you're calling. And even if you leave a voicemail with our calling script, that is absolutely fine, because it's about familiarity and getting them to know us, because we're never going to get the business if they don't know or trust us first. And so all of this stuff together really helps build that business. And that's why I said a little bit earlier, leveraging a list like this with the tools and training in listings to leads can help you to success in half the time it would normally take you. So keep that in mind. And then point number 4 there is really massive. So I don't want to go over it and sleep on it. Most CRMs will merge the same lead, right? So if I buy the list from My Plus Leads, I upload it into my CRM, and then I upload it into Listings to Leads to create the audience, which I'll show you in a little bit. Now, as I'm generating leads from Facebook, they're going to drop into my CRM from Listings to Leads. I'll connect Listings to Leads to my CRM. And so even if I get, let's say, a name and an email, or a name and a property address, my CRM will be able to merge that. So even if I didn't get a phone number, the lead comes in, they merge with that primary record. I see that they clicked on a just sold ad and they wanted more information about the listing that just sold. Now I've got all the other information for that lead that I got from My Plus Leads originally. So hopefully you see the power of that as well. Super powerful way to leverage this data so that you're going to explode your business. So a couple of things here, and we're going to get into Listings to Leads, but just real quickly, in Listings to Leads, once you have that file from My Plus Leads or the file from your database, you can click the Ads tab in Listings to Leads on the far left-hand side in the blue column. And then there's a blue button called Create Audience that you can see there, middle top, number 2. Click on that, give yourself an audience name. So I usually do, I'll do location. So I say Folsom. If I got a filter, I might add what those filters are. Likely to move, or 5+ years, comma, 300,000 plus. So that way I know they've lived there for 5+ years, $300,000 home or more, and so on. I would also put whether it's DB for database or like MPL for My Plus Leads. That way I know where that list came from. And the last thing I do is I either do a 6-digit or 4-digit date. So I might do 042624, so that I knew that I uploaded that list on April 26th, 2024. So hopefully that helps there with naming it. Then you'll click number 4, upload the CSV file, upload it, click number 5, import and create. Let our support team know if you need help. They can actually help you with this, help make sure that you get it uploaded. And the last thing is for the CSV file, so from your database, from My Plus Leads, 4 columns: email, phone number, first name, last name. So 4 columns: email, phone number, first name, last name. If you don't have every email or every single phone number, that's totally fine. But the more information you have, the more Facebook has to match up against, because they may have a different email or different phone number. but we want to make sure that we got as much as possible so that we get more matches from Facebook. Now, real quickly, and again, we're going to get into the system. I'm going to show you this, but just quickly here, every single ad workspace. So as I'm creating the ad there, you can see that's the ad workspace in Listings to Leads. In this case, it's for a just sold listing. The red number 2, it says retarget current leads. So I can just check that, type in my custom audience name. So I got 2, one from my database, and then I got one from my plus leads. So I use those 2 audiences for every single seller ad I do. Because I don't need renters and I don't need people in a $30,000 home, right? Where's that? Don't ask, but you get my point. There's a lot of people I don't need to see my ads for listings. So I just want to make sure every single ad that is targeting seller leads, I only want those 2 audiences to see it. So real quickly here, continuing, ads are only a part of your marketing and your lead gen and your engagement strategy. So this is from this week. So the week of like April 2nd, 2024, got this from a client. The nearby homeowner letter works. 3rd listing. All right. That's her 3rd listing. And she goes on to say she used the social media tools, the ads, the posts, the print flyers. So she was using it for just listed, pending, JP pending, JS just sold, which is what we do. Our training, that's exactly what we say to do in our training. So if you're ever lost as to what should I be doing, go to listingstoleads.com/250. You're going to see our training right there. And she is following it very nicely from what I can see here. And she just continues, all you need to market, farm, etc., is right here in Listings to Leads. And that is totally true. That is absolutely true. And so just a real quick summary of our monthly training calendar. And this calendar repeats every single month. You can see here on Mondays, right, we do a active listing that is ours or borrowed. So every week we're going to start off marketing a listing. So that way the buyer audience, the seller audience, the homeowner audience, they all see that we have a listing that we're marketing, and that's going to engage our audience very nicely. On Tuesdays, we alternate between buyer and seller PDF guides again, and they're both critical. You might be more heavy on going after listing leads, but I'm still going to encourage you to work or go with us on our training and do alternate the buyer PDF guides. Because again, a lot of times sellers are going to buy a home at some point, and maybe it's that buyer guide that you marketed that really got them to engage with you. Again, alternate between the buyer and the seller guides. On Wednesdays, you can see here, we're going to market pending or just sold listings. Again, ours or borrowed. If you need the training on, for example, how would I borrow a pending listing? Go to listingstoleads.com/250 and slide down or scroll down to the pending sold training, and you'll see all the great information there. On Thursdays, we go from FSBOs to the 100-point home marketing plan to our seller leads, going to go after expireds. And then you can see there the home value estimate or invite. So these are all seller ads, right? Now, we normally don't do an ad for FSBO, but we're definitely going to go through the marketing module for the 100-point home marketing plan, seller lead gen, the expired. All right, I'm going to show you how to really kick it out of the park with that one. And then also the home value. So all 3 of those are going to use those custom audiences as well. Same as the pending sold, same as the seller PDF guides. And then on Fridays, nothing here really relevant to what we're talking about today, but on Fridays, you can see we're going to talk about new construction, down payment assistance. We got the short form videos that we do, and then we do the updates and what's new on the last Friday of every single month. So there you go. That's the training calendar from Listings to Leads. Now, I mentioned earlier, My Plus Leads, and you can see here, they got services, and they've got where you can go get expired, for sale by owner, neighborhood data. There's their likely to list. So to be honest, what I would do, and again, because you saw the training calendar, we go after FSBOs. We've got expired tools, all the circle prospecting tools, all the farm tools. So I would go to start your free trial. If you can, do this one. But here's the thing, you're going to want to they got 1,000 enhancements. And so I think that's the My Plus Leads version of skip tracing. But regardless of what it is, you want to make sure that you've got the ability to get phone numbers, but also are they on the DNC or not? So make sure. So like I said, sometimes different services will call it enhanced. They might call it pro, right? There might be other terms, but the point of it is I need to know, is that contact, is the phone number you're giving me for that contact on the DNC or not? And then I want landline, I want cell phone, I want work if I can get it. I want as many phone numbers as I can. And from a lot of people I talk to, My Plus Leads is great and Redx. And then again, they got the FSBO data, they got the expired data, they got the circle prospecting data. So either one of these, people say great things about both. I'm sure people complain about both, but check them out. And again, there's probably other ones that you could use as well. There's Remind, right? And there's others as well. So real quickly, get yourself over to listingstoleads.com. If you're not a client, sign up for a free trial. Everything we're going to talk about here, you can do in your free trial. If you are a client, go ahead and log in. And if you want to go to ads, click ads right there. And here's that blue button for create audience. You'll see that in a few different places around the system as well, but this is the main area for it. And again, here we go. So name your audience. Some might call it Folsom, Whitney Oaks. Folsom is a city, Whitney Oaks is a suburb. And I may say 5 plus 300K or more, right? And whatever else. And then I might end it up with 042624 DB for database, right? If it was My Plus Leads or My Plus whatever. And so that's a great naming methodology. So you can track again, what's the location, what's the filter, what's the date, what's the source. And always try to make sure, name them in the same fashion so that when you're looking at a list later, that you can see exactly, oh, that's the list, that's the list, that's the list. You're not trying to figure out every single time, like, what the hell is that? That makes no sense. I can't even remember why I did it that way. Name them all in a very similar fashion. It'll be easier in the long run. So here, once you get to, so any ad, right? So what is your home worth? iBuyer, the 100-point home marketing plan. I'll show you two just so you can get a feel for it. So here is a pending listing. So here's my pending listing. See status pending. I'll click the green market listing button. Here's the overview, and I can get the checklist and the detailed write-up right there, the how-to video for everything on here. But click Facebook and Instagram ad. You can take out Granite Bay. So take out the location and then just scroll down, retarget current leads. It's already checked, because for the seller ads, we're going to check that automatically for you as a prompt for you. And then watch this, Wise Agent. And there we go. And just hit create ad. I'll send it off to Facebook and it will just approve the ad like normal. So there's really nothing different there. So you saw running the ad, once I had the audience created, running the ad was just the same as doing anything else for the most part. Now here we go. So remember I mentioned here would be the e-flyer that I'm going to send to my database. So get this e-flyer. And again, all of the seller ads, I think every single one of them has an e-flyer. So when I'm running an ad, I want to make sure I'm doing an e-flyer as well, because I want my audience on social media to see me in email. I want them to see me. Maybe they get a postcard or a door hanger or something like that. Hopefully they get a phone call from me. I want to hit these people as many different ways as possible. And as you can see here, this e-flyer for every status, because every status has the bottom part here, but this is linking out to your free home values landing page. So that's going to get leads. People are going to reply back to you. People are going to click through, right? If they click on the here, they go to the just sold single property website, or the pending, I'm sorry. And when the lead form comes up, this generates other leads as well. We've got the nearby homeowner letter. So I mentioned that earlier. So again, I got all the data from My Plus Leads or Redx or whatever it is. Obviously, I can use this with my database as well. But when you think about circle prospecting for your farm, I want to make sure I'm getting 200 of these out a month. I don't care if you're circle prospecting or it's a part of a farm campaign, but imagine, right? You got as we saw in that woman's quote, she does the just listed, the pending, and the just sold. And then that's 3 months. Then on month 4, you can do what is your home worth. Month 5, you can do iBuyer. Month 6, you can do a PDF guide. Month 7, you can do the 100-point home marketing plan, postcard or door hanger. And you can see you got so much material. You got so much content to engage homeowners via ads, emails, print direct marketing, and database cold calling script. So every ad has a e-flyer, the print marketing, all the other tools as well. But what I'm really showing you here is how am I going to leverage that investment I made, getting a list and skip tracing it from a service like My Plus Leads and RedX. And I'm telling you, with Listings to Leads, you can literally jumpstart your business by 100% or more by leveraging a list, leveraging that kind of content inside of Listings to Leads. So if you have any questions on any of this stuff, let me know. And let me show you really one more use case for that custom audience. And this one will be a little bit different. So this is a really good one. I'm glad you stayed till the end. You're going to be glad as well. But if you go to listing presentation, so I'm in the main listings page, click listing presentation. And then here, again, Facebook and Instagram ad. And this ad is for homeowners. We got dedicated training on this entire module. So I recommend that you get a hold of that training. Go to our YouTube channel, youtube.com/listings to leads. You'll be able to find it there. But again, check this out. So let's take a look at the goal here. To continuously stay in front of seller leads and area homeowners with an offer for your 100-point home marketing plan. So they can download that 26-page branded PDF guide. And this is all automated. You could have signed up 10 minutes ago, got yourself to here, and do this, right? No problem. So check this out. And if you've got a custom audience in Facebook already, you don't need to re-upload it. You can always use whatever audience you've already got in Facebook. This is just in case that you do not have that yet. So check this out. We're going to do video view. Here's the video that's going to play in the ad. All of this is editable, right? Edit, change, custom audience, and daily budget of $1. Now, obviously I can change that to $2, $5, $10, but the idea of an ad like this is just to percolate with the homeowners and people on my database on a constant basis, constantly being out there. Because I can do this, I can do the client review website, which maybe I'll show you next. So here you just click publish, and then again, check this out. We've got a e-flyer to send to your database, right? Just like I said with the just sold, right? We've got the postcard and door hangers or print flyers that you can use. So again, our direct mail or door knocking campaign could be part of a circle prospecting campaign, right? After the just sold, wouldn't this be a perfect thing to get to those homeowners? Why drop the ball on the third or the second or the first direct mail or door knock opportunity? Now follow it up with something like this right here. So we got the email, we got the direct mail. What else are we going to do? We're going to call. Now check this out. Database cold call script. We got a version for the voicemail, a version for live, and then just take this and tweak it so it's appropriate for what you're doing, your voice, your area. But again, it's about making sure that our ads are getting in front of local homeowners and people in our database, in that we follow that up with an email, print and direct mail, and a phone call. Now, the last thing about all of this and how it all works together. So when you run an ad to your custom audience, depending on your budget, most people will see that ad. We're going to send the email. Hopefully, everybody or most people at least get the email. We're going to do direct mail. Now, obviously, we cannot send direct mail to 1,000 people, but pick 100, pick 200 homes that every single month they're going to get something from you in the direct mail department. It could be the letter, it could be the postcard, it could be the door hanger, right? We got so many great things for sellers and homeowners in all these areas. So you're going to make sure 200 a month get a letter, postcard, or door hanger. And then what you can do is expand on that every month. So I can start 200 in January, and then in February, I'm gonna do the same 200 plus another 50. And then in March, I'm gonna do the same 250 plus another 50 for 300. And you get the idea, right? You don't need to go up 50 every single month. Stay at 200 for a few months, then add 50 for a few months and grow from there. But if you do this, you're going to start seeing the benefit. You will get listings. You will get deals from doing this. And then lastly, obviously, the database and cold call script, you should be able to call 20 to 30 people a day with our script. If you follow the training calendar, let me bring that back up here. If you follow our training calendar, every one of these days has an ad for the most part, not the update what's new, but 95% of these have an ad. More than half of those are for sellers. And every one of those has an ad, an email, direct mail, and a calling script. You are never going to run out of ways to generate listings using listings to leads. So if you have any questions on any of this, let our support team know. Get into the mastermind, and we'll talk to you soon.